Hey, here we go. Right, I got my screen fixed. So, what is up, guys? Welcome back to our August week 3. All right, so we are still doing revision today. We are still continuing with our revision today. I know most of you have exam already, and only a minority of you, your exam is already done, and only a minority of you still having an exam around the corner. But no matter, we are still doing our revision today because this revision notes, we haven't really finished it, and what's the point of leaving it blank, right? So might as well we do it for today. Okay, guys, so please use back the notes last week. Okay, let me reset this. Okay, let's go to page 12. Okay, we are going to revise on chapter 4 today, which is that mineral chapter, if you still have memory of that. All right, so what's with today, Why is it so little people? Where's everyone? Where's everyone? All right, anyway, so let's begin with our chapter 4. Okay, I believe most of you were here when I taught this chapter, the Kalau Nak Kawin one, the ranking system of who's the best looking and who's the ugliest looking guy. Next week exam, oh, so nice. You sure what school are you from again? By chance, are you from Catholic? If you are from Catholic, then oh, Putrajaya. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, goldfish memory again. Hey, so late, Putrajaya. Oh, you guys are having it next week, Okay, that's cool. All right, so mineral exists naturally in Earth's crust. So the two correct statement about mineral, they will exist as element sebagai unsur. Yeah, second exam here, I know. Okay, exist as element, and of course they also exist as compound. Okay, so element is the pure one, unsur is the pure one, and sebatian compound is the impure one, the not pure one. For example, pure ones, they are like your gold and silver and diamond, if you still remember. And then your impure one would be like aluminum oxide, okay, iron oxide, lead oxide. All the oxide one means they are the impure one, like the tidak tulen one. Okay, so I believe you know this lah. So mineral, they don't exist as mixture. Okay, this is wrong. And then an element is a substance that consists of more than one type of atom. This is wrong. Should be only one type. More than one type is compound. All right, guys, this is form 1. Okay, this is form 1. The compound element thing is form 1. Anyway, B, diagram below shows calcium carbonate. Okay, so this is your calcium carbonate. So true or false? Calcium carbonate is a compound mineral. Yes, true. Okay, because you see they are combined chemically. Bergabung secara kimia. Okay, they do chemical reaction and then they mix together. So the second one, elements in calcium carbonate are combined physically. Okay, so this is wrong. Should be chemically. Bergabung secara kimia. So this is false. Okay, so this is false. All right, so I'll go a bit quickly here because you have learned this already. Okay, I believe most of you were here. I think almost all of you were here, right? When I taught this chapter, if you still remember. Okay, so number 2, complete the bubble map below. All right, so who are compounds? That you have your galena here and your bauxite here. So compound would be your calcite and quartz. Why? Because aurum is actually gold. It's just a fancy name for gold, and then argentum is silver. These two, like I said, they exist as element because they are very stable. You still remember? Okay, they exist as element, very stable, so they will just not react with anything. Okay, so they exist as element. So mark any two correct statements. So about minerals, so they have high melting point. Yes, minerals, they can tahan very high temperature. They are solid. Yes. Very soluble in water. No. Minerals, they cannot dissolve in water. Most of them. Okay, so C, the diagram shows the mineral which are elements or compound exist naturally in Earth's crust. So this is these are just a bunch of elements. a bunch of minerals, sorry. So your gold is element, okay, unsur, galena is compound serbatian. Oh my god, this is so easy. And then B, aluminium oxide. What are the elements? That would be your aluminium and oxygen. Wow, so easy. Lead sulfide will be your lead and sulfur. The answer is even inside here, you see? Okay, so calcium, carbon, and oxygen. This is actually your calcium carbonate. Okay, calcium carbonate. Why is it so easy? Because this is just the front ma. This is just the front ma. The behind one will be hard law. Okay, so number 4. I believe you guys did this experiment, right? Okay, that time when I taught this chapter, your school is still in chapter 3 or 2, right? Now that we are in chapter 7 already, I believe your school is already in chapter 4. And I believe most of you have already done experiment on this chapter, right? So if you have, that means you know, you can get what I say. All right. That time when I taught this chapter, all the burning stuff lah, the I said magnesium, they will react very quickly, right? They produce a very bright flame, right? So that time I just tell you, you cannot imagine. So now I hope that you know what you know what I'm referring to, right? You can relate to what I say already, right? Hopefully lah, you have done this in school lah. All right, so this is your calcium carbonate plus liquid P. So when calcium carbonate plus any acid, you will get carbon dioxide. How do I know carbon dioxide? Because there's the water here. When you see something testing like this, this is for sure lime water. Okay, air kapur and gas X is for sure carbon dioxide. All right, so liquid P is dilute hydrochloric acid. Yes, it is an acid, correct. Okay, and then B, liquid Q is a universal indicator. No, universal indicator is in your form 2. If you still remember. Guys, do you remember what is universal indicator? It is a rainbow color indicator. Remember? The rainbow color thing. Green is neutral, acid is red, and alkali is purple. That rainbow color indicator. This is to show acid and alkali. So this is not. All right, so gas X does not show reaction towards liquid Q. Okay, no, this one shows reaction. This lime water will turn cloudy. So this is wrong as well. So gas X can extinguish fire. Yes, because gas X is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a fire extinguisher, as you know. All right, so next, moving on. Number 5. So this is metal X and oxygen gas. All right, as you can see, wow, metal X is burning very brightly with oxygen. Like I said, if you are very good looking, okay, metal is the guy, remember? Metal is the lelaki. If they are very good looking, oxygen, when they marry the guy, the reaction is very happening because the guy is very good looking. All right, so based on the reaction in diagram 3, underline the correct answer. You see this thing so bright, burning very brightly here. Metal X reacts with oxygen vigorously dengan cergas. That means very big reaction. Okay, fire burning everywhere. So this is because metal X can be seen burning brightly inside the gas jar. See, it's burning very brightly. Okay, so let me do a quick revision. Okay, the good looking ranking system is kalau nak kahwin mesti ada zakar fantastic supaya perkahwinan cun dan aman. Okay, and for English, please stop calling me a zebra. Instead, try learning how condom sucks. Okay, this is how I remember. Okay, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, copper, and silver. All right, so the taller they are, the better looking they are. And please don't forget your C and H is here. H, C, and H is here. All right, your zinc is right between. Okay, so state one example of metal X and its product. So when you see such a big flame, right, that means this guy must be very good looking. Metal X is a very good looking guy. So in this case, it should be a magnesium or aluminium, one of these. You will see very bright flame. So this would be magnesium. I would guess it's magnesium, and you will get magnesium oxide. Okay, magnesium oxide. That means when they get married, the oxygen will change name. Okay, I think I told this before. All right, so and please remember this: if someone is married, anything lower can run past the wife of the, and anything higher can take wife from the lower part. If you still remember, okay, like carbon can react with lead oxide and run past the oxygen away. We just learned this like what, two months ago. All right, so number 6, classify the following method of extraction according to suitable metal. Like I said, carbon is here. Okay, carbon is here. How can we use carbon to run past the oxygen away? We can use it for zinc and silver. Why? Because if this is zinc oxide, okay, if this is silver oxide, I can use carbon to run past their wife away because carbon is better looking. Carbon is taller. Whereas potassium is so tall, so good looking. If this is potassium oxide, can I use carbon to run past the wife away? No, I can't, because carbon is not as tall, not as good looking. So in this case, we have to use electrolysis. That means we use electric to break it down. Guys, I've mentioned all of these in my notes and in my class like 2 months ago. I hope it's still in your head. Please don't tell me you forgot. Okay, for God's sake, man. I repeat this chapter until I want to vomit already. Please don't tell me you forgot. Okay, so B, unplanned mining activities will cause bad effect during and after the activity. The statement below explains about the bad impacts of mining towards environment. Ayo, this is geography. Environmental is geography. So mark in the correct space. So biodiversity loss. This is after mining because you destroy forests. Pollution, you create it during the mining. Okay, when you do pelombongan, it is going to create pencemaran. Guys, this is geography, please. Okay, don't tell me you don't know. Anyway, question 7. It's the same question though, so we skip this, please, because lime water is the same. It will become cloudy or chalky, whatever. So number 8, the diagram shows the extraction process of metal oxide. All right, so this is the same as just now. Metal oxide. Okay, so metal has a wife. So this carbon is trying to run past the oxygen. Okay, but they didn't say it's what metal, whether this metal is the good looking or the bad looking metal. They didn't say. Why is the mixture? Okay, please skip this. Okay, please skip this. This A1 is not really related. So B, fill in the box below with general equation that involves the extraction by carbon. So let's just assume carbon can run past the oxygen away. So in this case, you will get metal and carbon dioxide. Okay, so you see carbon dioxide, that means carbon successfully took the oxygen away. So now metal is left alone. Metal is left alone. The wife gonna run past away already. So now metal is alone. Okay, I hope you still remember. I hope you still remember. So C, there is also a part of metal oxide which does not show any change. Does not show any change. Even the heating has been done as shown in diagram above. Explain why. That means when you heat this two, there's no reaction. There's no reaction. When there's no reaction, that means this metal is so good looking. This metal is so tall, so good looking that carbon cannot run past the wife away. Like I said, if you are the girl, oxygen is the girl, right? Oxygen is the girl. If your husband is very good looking, and if a uglier guy come chasing after you, will you follow this guy away? Of course you won't, because your husband is so good looking. So In this case, it doesn't happen. All right, so because the metal, okay, the metal is more, like I said, good looking, we use the word reactive, okay, more good looking, more reactive than carbon. Okay, so carbon cannot take the oxygen away, right? The rampas wife process is called reduction. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write the BM. I'm just going to write the keyword here lah. Logam lebih reactive daripada carbon. Okay, lebih reactive daripada carbon. So you can say carbon cannot reduce metal oxide. What is reduce? Reduce means to rampas the wife. Cannot reduce means cannot rampas lah. Okay, carbon tidak boleh menurunkan logam oksida. Alright, so there are two words I want you to learn here. Okay, I think you learned this before already lah. Just as a quick reminder, more reactive means better looking. Cannot reduce. Reduce means to rampas the wife. You get what I mean? Okay, so D. Okay, D. Explain why magnesium reacts more vigorously with oxygen compared to reaction of lead with oxygen. So magnesium is a very good looking metal, very tall, very handsome. Lead is here. Lead is very ugly. So oxygen marrying magnesium, the reaction is very happening, very big reaction. Because the girl is happy, you marry one of the hottest guy in the world, of course you're happy lah. If you marry someone really ugly, then you're not happy. So this is why the reaction is different. So how can you say this? So because magnesium is more reactive than lead. Okay, magnesium lebih reactive daripada plumbum. Okay, lead in BM is called plumbum. Lebih reactive daripada plumbum. Okay, so anyway, this is what this chapter is about lah. This chapter, like I said, you just need to memorize this chart, this ranking system. You basically master this chapter. That's why I say this chapter is actually, it looks hard at first, but once you start to do the exercise, you realize that this chapter is actually rather easy. Okay, so like Chuan Xing said just now, you say why is this so easy? Because this chapter itself is easy. I mean, compared to the heart chapter, the heart and lungs chapter. Okay, so number 9, apparatus set up for an experiment to study the reactivity series of metal. All right, so when you see like 2 jars here, this is trying to create hydrogen gas. Why hydrogen? Because we are trying to find where hydrogen is, where hydrogen is here. That means hydrogen is taller than these guys, but hydrogen is shorter than these guys. So hydrogen is like right in the middle. Okay, so this is how we create hydrogen. And what is this R thing here? All right, let's look at the question first. So gas X is hydrogen. Yes, it is. True. And then substance R is anhydrous calcium hydroxide. No, it's anhydrous calcium chloride. Okay, calcium chloride content. What is the thing here for? This is to dry the hydrogen gas, because you see, hydrogen gas coming from here is actually wet. It contains water. It's very moist. We don't want the moisture, because when hydrogen goes into this tube, if it has moisture, you will create an explosion. Because we want hydrogen here to try to rampas the wife of copper here. You see, copper is married, right? Copper is married, right? So we are trying to use hydrogen to rampas the oxygen from copper, to rampas copper's wife. So can hydrogen do it? Yes, hydrogen can, because hydrogen is better looking than copper, right? Copper is like the last second one. You see, copper is here, whereas hydrogen is here. So hydrogen is better looking, so hydrogen can take the wife away. So something will happen. All right, something will happen. So explain the use of R. Like I said, this is to absorb moisture, or you want to say absorb water also can, untuk menyerap kelembapan. Okay, to absorb moisture. So this is to dry the hydrogen gas. Right, to dry hydrogen gas, untuk mengeringkan gas hydrogen. Okay, we are trying to dry the hydrogen gas so that we don't create any explosion. All right, so we skip C. Okay, we skip C. No biggie here. So number 2, complete the following chemical equation. So when you put hydrogen here, hydrogen is better looking. Hey, you see, they even give you the ranking system here already. So hydrogen is better looking than copper. So hydrogen will rampas the wife away. Now copper is alone. Copper is alone. And then hydrogen plus oxygen, you will get something called hydrogen oxide, which hydrogen oxide means water. Water is H2O, what? H is hydrogen, O is oxide lah. So hydrogen oxide, H2O. Okay, we have done this lah. Okay, we have done this before, like just 2 months ago. So this is the ranking system, as I said. The higher it is, the more reactive, the better looking. Remember, I said reactive means good looking. So the more the higher you go, the more good looking they are. So CH is here. Okay, so state the position of gas X. Where is hydrogen? Hydrogen is here, right? Between iron and zinc. Okay, between iron and zinc. Di antara besi dan zinc. Between iron and zinc. So E1, what will happen if copper 2 oxide is replaced by aluminium oxide? So if I put aluminium oxide here, what's going to happen? Very different story, because aluminium is so good looking. You see, aluminium is like number 5 leh. The top 5 handsome guy. So can hydrogen take aluminium's wife away? Of course not. You get married to someone so good looking, why would you follow the uglier guy? So there will be no reaction. The other tindak balas. Right? So explain your answer, because aluminium is more reactive than hydrogen. Right? So aluminium is better looking at hydrogen, so hydrogen cannot win, cannot take the wife away. So aluminium, you know what, for BM, I'm just going to write the keyword lah, lebih reactive daripada hydrogen. Okay, aluminium lebih reactive daripada hydrogen. I don't want to write the full answer. I mean, for BM, you get the point. The keyword is just lebih reactive, better looking. Okay, guys, I know this is boring shit lah. Like, we shouldn't even revise chapter 3, isn't it? Because, I mean, sorry, chapter 4. Because this is a very easy chapter and we just had it like a month or 2 months. 2 months, I think 2 months was it? Okay, like a month or 2 before lah. So this thing should be still quite fresh in your brain. Okay, but anyhow, because I figure you guys are having your exam soon, so we still need to revise on chapter 4. Okay, so let's look at number 10. Hey, I don't know about you guys, some schools, they tell me, some Form 3s, they tell me, the year-end exam will not include Form 1 and Form 2. Some school, they told me this. But some schools, they say, final exam will include Form 1 and Form 2. So, you see, this is we are stuck in a very awkward situation now. So will your final exam be including Form 1 and Form 2? Will they or will they not? Well, according to the ministry, they say they will not include it because your year-end exam, it will be set by the government. Okay, it will be a government paper. So they say they will not include it, but they should include it. All right, what's the point of learning Form 1 and Form 2 if your Form 3 exam only involves Form 3, right? So that means Form 1 and Form 2, you can just sleep. Form 3, you score well, you can still go to pure science class in Form 4. So you see, it makes no sense. It makes no sense, all right? If this, what you learn in Form 1 and Form 2, if it doesn't carry to your Form 3, then what's the point of learning it? I mean, you might be happy, okay, you might be happy, but for those who really study hard all the while, like Form 1, you have been paying attention, Form 2, you have been paying attention, and then Form 3, you hope that you can score in your exam. Suddenly they cancel Form 1 and Form 2. You must be bloody pissed off. Like, okay, so I'm a donkey now. Okay, I wasted 2 years learning all this shit, and then you tell me it's not coming out. So you see, I mean, I'm not surprised if the government says, oh, you know what, let's change the decision back. Let's include back Form 1 and Form 2. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so I don't know about your school, I don't know what your teacher told you, but we are currently stuck in this where should we go next situation. Okay, and God bless our education system. It's in a mess right now. Okay, anyway, so let's look at number 10. So I hope you did this in school, guys. Did you do this in school? I hope you did. All right, the burning metal one. So you put magnesium here. I think I told this before lah. Okay, there was a student told me, telling me just now, they say, so he said, wow, sir, magnesium is really bright leh. It's like staring into a projector. I told you, okay, do not look at magnesium powder with your naked eyes. Okay, wear sunglasses if you must, because magnesium is stupid bright. Why do you think they use it for camera flash last time? All right, so what is this? Potassium manganate crystal. Like I said, this is to create oxygen, so that oxygen can go here and marry the metal, and we will observe what happens to the fire. Is it a big fire or is it a small fire? So what is the aim of this activity? What is the tujuan? What are we trying to do? Okay, we are trying to investigate, okay, the reactivity of metals with oxygen. All right, we see how well do they react with oxygen. Is it a very vigorous reaction, very happening, or is it a very lame experiment? Is it a very lame observation? Okay, untuk mengkaji kereaktifan logam dengan oxygen. Okay, to study what reaction will they give. All right, I hope you did this in school, guys. I hope you did this. I mean, if you don't, because I have a few students, they told me, oh, sir, we didn't do this in school. What can I say? Go and look at YouTube, so you can look at YouTube videos, so because your teacher, maybe she's just, she couldn't be bothered. I hope yours is not like that, okay? Anyway, so B, state the variables in this experiment. So what is the variable? So what are we trying to change here? What's the MV? MV would be our metal powder. All right, the metal powder. So see, we are trying to change here. So if I'm not mistaken, you have burned these in school, right? You have burned magnesium, you have burned aluminium, maybe zinc, and maybe tin or lead. And then the last one would be copper. When you burn copper, nothing is going to happen because copper is very stable. I mean, if you burn gold, gold, even you burn there like 24 hours, nothing is going to happen. Okay, so RV, what are we trying to observe here? Okay, that would be your reactivity. Okay, reactivity of metal. So this is cerebral logam. This is kereaktifan logam. See how, how big of a flame they produce. All right, so I mean the most reactive you will be burning will be magnesium lah. You won't burn calcium. You won't burn calcium, you won't burn potassium, you won't burn sodium. Because if you burn these three, you're just asking for trouble. All right, even magnesium is dangerous enough. I don't think your teacher will let you burn calcium. All right, you will create a nice firework. So C, what is the function of potassium manganate? Like I said, this is to produce oxygen untuk menghasilkan oxygen. All right, so which substance that need to be heated first? Metal powder or wait, why are they asking this? Okay, so you know what, we skip this. Not important. The sequence of heating is not important, at least to you. All right, so E, what is the name of metal oxide that is yellow when hot and white when cold? All right, if I say, sir, what the hell is this? How would I know? How would I know? You're right, you don't. Because this is not your syllabus. But if you want to know, I can let you know, this is zinc oxide. Okay, this is zinc oxide. All right, next year, if you decide to go chemistry, okay, when you decide to go chemistry, not only you will be memorizing this thing, okay, not only you'll be memorizing this thing, you will be memorizing colors as well. All right, like for example, zinc, for some reason, don't ask me why, zinc oxide is yellow when hot, white when cold. All right, as mentioned here. Okay, I can give you another examples of something like this. Let's say lead oxide, okay, lead oxide, they are brown when they are hot, they are yellow when they are cold. Okay, and all these things you would have, okay, I guess you would have guessed it right, you need to memorize their color. Like copper is blue in solution, reddish brown in solid. What else? We memorize a lot of stuff in chemistry. That's why I say. Next year when you go chemistry, it's nothing like here. Okay. After you learn chemistry, you think that this chapter is like, you know, kindergarten level, because chemistry is when shit gets real. Okay, there will be much more things to memorize. All right, this is just like a sneak peek for you. All right, you don't need to know this for now. All right, so F, write a word equation for the reaction between metal powder and oxygen. Okay, metal powder, when they react with oxygen, you will get, let's not write the powder here, you will get metal oxide. As we have wrote that just now. So number G, why there is no reaction between gold and oxygen? Like I said, gold is really ugly. They are like the shortest guy, very ugly. So no girls want to marry gold, okay, because gold is too ugly. Okay, because gold is the least reactive. Okay, paling kurang reactive. All right, or you can say gold is very stable. Emas sangat stabil. They are very stable, so they don't really do any reaction. They just chill. Right, gold, they just chill. Nobody wants to marry gold. All right, this is why gold is very, very expensive. Okay, because they exist as element. So H, why magnesium is not found as a naturally occurring element in Earth's crust? So now they are asking the other way. Gold is very stable, right? So why is magnesium not element? Because they are very unstable. This is on the other hand. Gold is very ugly. Nobody wants to marry gold. Magnesium, on the other hand, is super good looking. Okay, like number 5, very good looking. Number 4, number 5. So every girls want to marry magnesium. That's why they don't exist as element. It's just like you look at a very good looking guy, you are as a girl, whenever you look at good looking guys, you say, this guy's so good looking, I should got a girlfriend already, one. Right? It's like when guys, we look at girls, okay, sometimes you see this girl, you really like her, but then you are thinking to yourself, yeah, this girl so hot, she sure got boyfriend already one. And then when you look at some ugly guy, you say, wow, this fella so ugly, sure don't have a girlfriend one. Okay, just like gold lah. Okay, so in this case, magnesium, okay, it's not found naturally because it is reactive. Okay, it is reactive. Okay, sangat reactive. Okay, because everyone likes them. Everyone likes them. Everyone wants to marry them. So very low chance they will be single. They will marry someone. Because magnesium is very good looking. Okay, so you learned this a few months ago. So anyway, let's look at 11. Let's look at question 11. So iron ore can be extracted by heating the metal ore together with a carbon in a furnace. Here comes, okay, this is our Minecraft. Okay, as I mentioned a few weeks ago. So metal ore would be your, okay, sorry, iron ore would be your iron oxide. Okay, so what are we trying to do? We want to purify this iron oxide to become iron. So what do? We put carbon, because carbon can run past the wife away. Like we mentioned just now. Where was it again? Where was it again? There. You see, iron is here. So carbon is better looking than iron. Carbon will run past the oxygen away. So now iron is left alone as the pure iron. So we use this in extraction. All right, so we do this using something called a blast furnace. This thing is actually called a blast furnace. Relau Bagas in BM. All right, so you put your iron ore here, and then you put lime. Sorry, please change this limestone, not lime water. You don't put water into the furnace. Okay, and then so iron ore, you plus something called carbon. Okay, so P is the carbon. And then at the bottom here, you will get your pure molten iron. And then Q is, what is Q? We shall answer later. So name the element that combines with iron to make up iron ore. So as we know, iron ore is iron oxide, right? So who combines with iron to become iron oxide? That would be oxygen. Okay, oxygen. Because oxygen is the girl, like I said. She will marry all the guys. So name P. What is P? P is the carbon, right? So where do you find carbon? We use the thing called coke. Coke in BM. Might as well they don't translate. Right? So coke is like that black color stone. Okay, it's a type of, it's like charcoal. Okay, coke is like charcoal. It's like the black color stone. Their job is to act as carbon. Okay, so the carbon will, run past the wife away from iron oxide lah. Okay, will run past the wife away from iron oxide. So name Q. How is Q formed? Q is this thing called slag. Okay, Sanga. How are they formed? They form when your limestone reacts with all the impurities in the furnace. So limestone, okay, reacting with impurities. All right, all the rubbish in the furnace, they will react together and they will form this thing called slag. Like I told you, this slag, we used to think that it's rubbish. There's no use for them. Only until, after a few years, then we found out that, oh, slag is a very good thing to be used in cement. Okay, cement, right? So now most of our cement, the cement you use for construction, they contain slag. Okay, so your batu kapur bertindak balas dengan bendasing. Okay, bendasing, that means the impurity. Bendasing means impurities. Okay, bendasing means impurities. Okay, so next, complete the word equation to represent the reaction between iron ore and carbon. So iron oxide plus carbon. Carbon will run past the wife away. So you get iron and carbon dioxide. Same thing as up there. Now iron is left alone. So this is the pure iron we want. All right, so this is the pure iron. So B, metals like gold and silver do not need to be extracted. Justify. Like I said, gold and silver, they exist as elements naturally. So you get gold and silver from the ground, they are already pure. So you don't need to do all these fussy stuff to extract them. No need. They are as pure as they can be. Okay, so wujud sebagai unsur semula jadi. Secara semula jadi. So they are already elements. Okay, why? Because they are very stable. Okay, sangat stabil. They are stable, so they won't react with oxygen, they won't react with sulfur, they won't react with anything. This is why, so there's a reason why gold and silver has been the longest form of currency. All right, do you know why is gold and silver so prized? Because since the civilization, since the dawn of mankind, like the first civilization, like as in Mesopotamia and Mesopotamia in your ancient Greece or ancient Egypt or whatever, gold has been the currency. All right, why use gold as the currency? Because when you want to use a currency, of course, the thing needs to last long. The thing needs to be, you can bring it everywhere. So such is the case for gold and silver, right? Because gold and silver, after a few thousand years, they don't change. So they can be still used as currency. So gold has a really long history. Okay, gold has been, the way to show your wealth since God knows when. All right, so 5,000, 10,000 years ago, you would wear gold to show that you are rich. Today, same thing, right? Because they have been the longest form of currency. Okay, the paper money you use today, those are just useless paper. Right? They exist because our government says so. Right? Once, if our government is no more, that paper become worthless. Okay, isn't now like diamond? No, diamond is not a currency. Never. It's only diamond is what we call planned scarcity. Okay, they are thought to be scarce and rare because the company made it so. But gold is different. Okay, gold really is rare, and they are a very stable form of currency. All right. Next time when you learn economy, you will understand lah. Okay. I mean, if you ever go for economy. Okay. So just as a quick lesson. So we used to use gold, but now why don't we use gold anymore? Because it is very inconvenient. All right. It is very hard for us to break gold into smaller units. Let's say you have a 1 kg gold. You want to buy something that is very small. Do you just cut a piece out? No, you can't. That's why we invented paper money. That's why we invented fiat currency. And this currency, they used to be tied to gold. Okay, one gram of gold means 200 ringgit, things like that. But the thing will fluctuate up and down. This is according to supply and demand. This is according to world economy. I'm getting ahead of myself. Next time when you go economy, you understand what I say. Okay, or if your dad is a trader, okay, he plays stocks, okay, he invests a lot, then you can ask him. All right, I'm sure if your dad, has some knowledge in economy, he would gladly explain it to you. Okay, why is gold the most, precious metal? Okay, so if you have money, don't store money, don't keep money, keep gold. Okay, keep gold, because gold will never change value. Okay, gold will be always there. All right, so let's do one more. Okay, I think this is the last question. Let's finish this and then we can go. So process conducted to obtain pure metal. Okay, this is the same question. So name the process. This is called extraction. Okay, pengekstrakan. All right, not just iron. Anything lower than carbon, we can use this to extract. Whether it's gold, iron, tin, lead, okay, zinc, whatever. So state the following materials. Substance P, again, like I said, is your coke. Whereas your Q, it's your, what gas do they put inside? They put carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide. Why carbon dioxide? Because carbon dioxide can retain that heat. Carbon dioxide is very good in keeping heat. That's why when it's around Earth, that's not a good thing, because we have something called global warming, because they store heat in Earth, so we get hotter. So in some cases, it's good to use like this, but when it comes to global warming or greenhouse effect, then that's not so good. All right, so what is the function of substance P? What's the function of substance P? Substance P is your coke, right? Their job is to rampas wife, right? So they are to reduce, what are we extracting again? Oh, they didn't say iron here, they just say metal. So we use it to reduce metal oxide. Okay, to metal, if you want to complete the answer, untuk menurunkan besi, logam oksida. Right, we try to reduce this thing. So D, state 2 effects towards the environment if gas Q is released directly into the air. Need me say more about carbon dioxide? This is your greenhouse effect. You learn this in geography and science. Kesan rumah hijau. Okay. Why is your car so hot after parking under the sun for a few hours? That is greenhouse effect lah. So guys, do not put your pets in the car without your car switch on. You are a monster. Okay, or worse, in that case, you put your kids inside. All right, so and then you create something called global warming. Okay, pemanasan global. Because your carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. All right, it's a greenhouse gas. So is methane, so is CFC. These things they will contribute to global warming. But carbon dioxide is the main one because this is the one we produce the most. All right, so name product R. As I said, product R is the top layer one. That would be your slag. Okay, Sanga. And then why does R lie above molten iron? Why is R above iron? Because it's less dense lah. This is form 1 because it is lower density. This is form 1, nothing to do with this chapter also. Okay, ketumpatan lebih rendah. All right, so you know what? I think this would be the last question already. We have officially finished our revision. So if you're having your exam next week or next week, I wish you the best of luck. All right, so next week, guys, next week we will be back to our normal lesson. Please use back your chapter 6 note because the electricity one I haven't really finished. I will complete that part first. And we shall go into chapter 7 or 8. I also forgot already. The electricity chapter, the meter one, you know, where you calculate your TNB bill one, that one. Please use back that one. And then after that finish, we will go to the next chapter, which is a very boring chapter because we'll be doing more calculation. All right, so anyway, I will let you finish your exam first, okay? And we shall, continue with this next week. All right, guys, hope you have a happy Thursday. I will see you again next week. All right, so see you. Take care. Good night. And bye-bye.